Now, the latest on the Marathon bombings case. As jury selection continues in Dzhokhar Tsarnaev's trial, a friend of the suspects is changing his plea in the case. Our Alicia Palumbo joins us live now from the control room with details. Alicia?
Well, Mike, Khairullozhon Matanov will likely join some of Tsarnaev's other friends like Khairullozhon, who pled guilty and could testify against him at trial, presumably in exchange for leniency at sentencing. With jury selection underway and the start of the Boston Marathon bombing trial looming, the U.S. Attorney's Office confirms a friend of accused bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is planning to change his plea to guilty. Khairullozhon Matanov, a Quincy, Massachusetts cab driver who had dinner with the Tsarnaev brothers the night of the bombings, is charged with obstructing the investigation by destroying evidence and lying to investigators. NECN legal analyst and Massachusetts School of Law Associate Dean Michael Coyne says it's unlikely Matanov has just had a sudden change of heart.
And I think it's more likely that they have worked out some form of arrangement where his testimony will in fact be offered by the government, and in return he may receive less of a sentence than he would otherwise because of his cooperation.
Meanwhile, the government and Tsarnaev's defense team have agreed to excuse 124 prospective jurors for cause out of the first two jury pools of roughly 450 people.
I thought we would actually have more disqualified at this point. I think it bodes well for eventually being able to impanel a jury that will be able to hear this case somewhat impartially.
But Coyne says that doesn't mean the next phase, where jurors are questioned individually, will be any easier.
The likelihood is there's a bunch of people in this next group who are probably likely going to be disqualified, but the attorneys are now trying to save their actual challenges for the ones that they really need further down the road.
Now, attorneys will exclude more jurors on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they will begin the voir dire process, or the individual questions, on Thursday. Each side has 20 peremptory challenges where they can excuse jurors without having to give a reason. Live in the control room tonight, Alicia Palumbo, NECN.
And as the jury selection process continues in the Tsarnaev trial, you can count on NECN to bring you the very latest developments. No cameras are allowed inside the courtroom. It is federal court. But Alicia is tweeting live as the story unfolds, and you can follow her on Twitter. Her handle is @AliciaNECN.